Hey guys, so perfect. So this video is going to be about what business are you in? Are you selling space, or are you space and time, or are you selling an experiences? Are you selling experiences, right? This is the big difference, and you have to be thinking about what am I really selling? What am I doing with each one of these customers? And am I putting myself in a position where I'm commoditizing myself, right? So what we want to really be thinking about is every single time that a person comes into our space, right, and we want to sell them on booking the space with us, how are we positioning ourselves and what are we doing to make it so that we're different, right? So if you see yourself, think about it from the customer's perspective, right? If you're thinking like, okay, if you come into you call a space, right? You come into the space, you compare prices, and you think fundamentally every event venue is the same, right? If from the concept of the customer, right? If they come into the story thinking everything is the same, right? It's just space. It's just one retail space or another space, right? They come into that negotiation thinking, well, if this person has a better price, it looks the same. It's going to be pretty much the same. Where can I find the lowest price so I can just, pay the least for the thing? It's a commodity, right? There's an event venue every other block, right? There's so many options. As a customer, as a consumer, I'll just look for the person that's going to have me pay the least, right? And maybe one has this premium or another, but what does it matter, right? From the mindset of the consumer, is that what they're thinking, right? And most of consumers are, right? They're calling every place in the area, right? They're comparing the prices. They're going into as many open houses as is convenient for them. And then they're making the choice based on their budget, right? Because from their perspective, everything is the same. So what are you doing to be different, right? How are you creating an experience instead of just saying, hey, I have space for rent, right? Because if you have space for rent, everyone else does. So it's just going to be a race to the bottom in terms of price. And I know for a fact that you don't want to charge less. And in fact, when you do charge less, as I'm sure some of you have tried, you get worse customers who complain more, who actually try to negotiate for more, and they leave your place in a mess, and maybe they leave stuff dirty or they break stuff, and right, the more you go to the bottom, the worse shit is, right? And if you're in a race to the bottom with other spaces, that's just a race towards bankruptcy, towards not having the space anymore, towards not running your business, right? So you don't want to be in that game. It's a dumb game to play. You want to be in the experience-based game, right? So if you bring people in and you're saying, hey, this isn't about space. You're not renting space. We're creating experiences, right? How do you differentiate you and yourself in terms of experiences? That's a very different story. It's a very different game. And now you have a lot more leverage, right? So what are some ways that you can make it so your space is a place for experiences, right? And how, once you understand that that's what your purpose is when you're talking to people, how can you use that to actually provide people with more experiences than just what's possible inside the space, right? So, for example, one very simple way to be able to create an experience for people when they come in is to change the way you do your open houses, right? Instead of saying, hey, we have an open house. Thank you for calling. I see that you're interested. What kind of event do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah. Come into our open house this day. We'll talk more about it, right? So you can book your time, right? And then having them come in so you can close them. Say, hey, thank you for inquiring. We actually do a how to run the best event experience every single Monday at this time, right? Or every single Monday and Thursday at this time, right? You're invited to come. I want you to come prepared with this, and this, right? I want you to have an idea of what kind of event you want to run. I want you to know what that person's favorite thing is. I want to know, right? I want you to have prepared this kind of list, right? On that day, we're going to be sitting down together with a group of other people who want to run, and we're going to be teaching you everything you need to know about how to be able to run the best event, right? And you go into that experience not saying, hey, I'm going to close you on this space and this amount of time and how much and for you to pay for this commodity. No. Now you're saying, hey, come into our class we do every Monday on how to run the best event. We're going to do a workshop, right? You're going to get the capacity to go ahead and figure out and organize your party, right? And we're going to do it with a group of people, and everyone's going to share ideas about what they like and what kind of event they want and what they want to rent and how they want it to look. And everyone gets to design the event. They have this great idea party and everyone's happy, right? And you, as a person, maybe you enjoy this, maybe you don't. You hire someone to do it for you. You know your partner really likes this kind of stuff. And now every single time a person comes to book a time with you, they know they're not here to negotiate a commodity. How much does it cost for me to use the space? They're here to experience something where they're going to be able to learn something with you. And by the time they finish with that course, they have designed the whole experience with you. They're saying, hey, this is how we're going to do the party. This is all the things that we're going to do. We're going to have this here and this here, and you have them walk around in your space. And maybe you spend 2-3 hours with that group of people and everyone gets an opportunity to share. Hey, I'll have my DJ here. And the others say, oh, I like that idea. And now you have your customers working together, right, to create the experience together. And then at the end of it, you say, perfect, let's make sure that you guys lock in your space because so many people want those times. Let's lock it in. And all those people are going to be so excited to pay you because you just gave them an experience that they're going to remember, right? And then the next time they have a party, right, not only are you going to book them, right, and they're going to help each other get booked, and you're going to have a whole group of people all get booked together, and you're going to have friends, people that are your customers that are friends with each other, which make it that much more likely for them to keep doing stuff, right? Now they're super happy. They're encouraging each other. They're going to visit each other's events to be positive, right? And they're going to keep each other accountable to making it better. And then it's more likely for them to be like, hey, do you want to do another one, right? Not only that, once they have their idea of how their event is going to be planned, you spent that whole time and you actually saved a lot of time that you would have had to do otherwise in actually, we already planned the event. Perfect. Let's book the time because we've already done all the work, right? And now you know what kind of event, where all the things, what they need well before the day, right? And they are so much more incentivized to pay because they've done all this work. They've come all this way. They've come to the experience. So many more people are going to want to go to a class and an experience, a fun experience, to plan the party with them, right? You're going to have more people going from the phone to you, right? And all the people on the phone have been calling multiple people. You're the only person, right, that actually said, hey, we have a class for teaching you, and it's a fun class, and we have this, and maybe you have like food or something, and bribe them a little bit. Say, hey, well, if you come, we're gonna have some food and some drinks, and we have some fun and enjoy it, right? You make it a party for them to plan a party, which makes sense, right? That's how it's an experience-based. It's an experience-based business. Should be giving people experiences. They come in, more people come in, and they all plan their party. And they've made so much of a time investment. They spend 2 or 3 hours planning the party with you. They had a good time. Everyone's laughing, right? They don't want to leave empty-handed. They don't want to put in all this work, 3 hours of work, go all the way to the place, spend all this time, make all these friends, and then at the end say, hey, I won't do it. No, they're going to do it. Because you've made such a good time with them. They went through so many things and loops and holes for them to do that. And they're enjoying it so much that they're going to spend money with you, right? And then right when they spend money with you, you can ask them, hey, you want to book your next one? And you book your lifetime and all this stuff. And if you get the whole group, everyone's excited. So yeah, why not? Let's book all of them, right? You see what I mean? It's experiences that help you stand out. And instead of you selling the space, you're selling the experience of working together. And if they are that happy the first time, they're going to be so much more happy to do it again and again, and so much more happy to refer other people to you, right? So what's the experience you create for people in the onboarding process for them to become your customer? Does it feel good for people to become your customer? Would you have a good time if you were on the other side of the customer experience and engage with them how they want to be engaged and create and surprise them? Make them happy that they chose to come with you, right? And make them so that they had such a good time that they wouldn't want to turn to anybody else because they know nobody else is going to go through all the work and trouble that you do, right? And the great thing is it doesn't need to be that complicated, right? You do it once a week. You have a good time. Everyone has fun. Hey, it's a class to plan your party. Come on, let's do it, right? and you enjoy it, all the customers enjoy it, more people close, and there's more likelihood for more recurring revenue coming through from that because they want to keep coming and they want to tell, hey, my friend wants a party that she never had, and now, she's like, hey, come to the party thing, right? And you can even tell people, hey, it's such a fun event, you should bring your friend, right? Bring your friends to the party to design your party, to set up your party, right? Now you got people marketing for you. You got one person wants to do the party. You got their friend. They do it together. Now you have more people at the space, and more likely than not, maybe that person's like, hey, I actually have a birthday coming up. And now you talk to one person, you get 2 bookings out of it, right? Wouldn't you love to turn that around? Because I know you got that stress all the time. Oh, is this person even going to show up? If you create an experience, it's going to make it so they're going to want to bring everybody. You see what I mean, right? So turn the idea of what you're selling around. You're not selling a commodity of space for money. You're providing experiences, and the better experiences you provide, the easier the amount of money will flow back to you, right? On top of this, what are other ways that you can sell experiences, right? If you turn your mind from just thinking, hey, I'm just selling commodities to experiences, now you open the world up to a lot of other opportunities, right? What are some of those opportunities? If a family is willing to spend with you to have a celebration experience inside your space, don't you think, what are some other products or services that they would be happy to spend with you because it's you, right? They probably, if they're willing to do a birthday party in the space, they probably would be willing to say, hey, well, this year, maybe this year's birthday party is inside the space, but maybe we want to do the next celebration on a cruise ship. Right? And you're the person that's selling the experience with them. So you're the one that brings up the idea. You say, hey, right? We actually have a partnership with such and such cruise ships, right? I know you really had a good time the last time you were here, right? I know you're going to have a good time. Every person that you actually get the opportunity, that puts their deposit down, or because you're a client, right? You get the opportunity to go on this cruise ship, right? Let's do that. Right? And you can sell them on the cruise ship because it's an experience, right? And you work it out with a cruise ship. Hey, every time I send you a customer, make sure you send me like a piece of the action, right? Because everyone that's willing to buy experiences from you inside the space, they'd be willing to become customers of a cruise ship experience. Or maybe it's to go to another country and it's a paid resort experience that they say, hey, well, if they're willing to pay $5,000 to do an event with you, they're probably willing to do the same thing to go to a resort with their family, right? And now you're not in the business of just the space, you're selling experiences of all kinds, right? So what I want you to do with this video, think about every possible experience. Not only can you sell them the experience of how to become your customer, right? Which is teaching them how to set up the event so they're more likely to want to book it and get more excited about it. Selling them on cruises, on plane travel, on going on a vacation to a resort, right? All this stuff, right? Because these are experiences they'd be willing to buy from you because it's you, right? Because you're giving them so much value. So, and this one, find 10 different things that you can provide, you can connect them with that are experiences, right? Maybe it's not just the travel. Maybe it's a course. Maybe you get to teach, say, hey, I know that this kind of professional development, this personal growth development, you'd love to do this. Or we know that there's this event going on and it's a 3-day event and it's for personal growth, or it's for, family love, or whatever the event is. And we really like the people that do it. We can connect you to it and you get a piece of the action when you have them go, right? Or it might be maybe a meditation resort, or it's some experience, and you become the person that connects these people and these families that come to you to all the experiences that they want. And over time, you learn more about different types of experiences, right? What kind of experiences do you want to connect people to, right? And in turn, you probably will experience more. And when you experience more, you're going to be able to give more experiences to others too, right? So think through those. Think 10 different experiences. If you don't know where to start, what are experiences you want to have? What are the 10 different experiences you would love to have? Some of those experiences, a lot of other people would love to have too, right? Think about what would my core audience, my core group of clients, the people who are in the families, all the people who keep booking the spaces, what would they want to do? What kind of events do they want to participate in? Maybe I want to find a family kids cruise, or I want to find this type of resort that's family friendly, right? Or I want to find this type of romantic getaway for the families that, like, let's say we have the wedding in the space. What kind of things do you want to add to it, right? Think through everything, because that's another, when you provide more experiences, you're providing more ways for the money to come back to you, because you get a piece of that action, and you're going to have more happiness from every person that works with you, because they have so many more reasons to work with you than just the space, right? Anybody can give them space. Only you can provide that quality world-class experience, and you get to figure out what is that going to be for you, right? So figure out those 10 things, write them out, right? Put them into the course. And then when you're ready to go ahead and take action on how to apply this into your business, right? And you want help, right? Just go ahead and apply to book a time with us, and we will help you walk through everything. It's an implementation call for you and your business to grow. All right. What's the experience you want to have with your business? And that's what we do. We help you provide that experience for yourself. How do you grow? How do you make sure that your revenue is growing month after month? How do we apply these skills here where you are making income from 10 different places for your event venue, and you're unlocking the capacity that it has in ways that you didn't think were possible? All right. So if you're ready to do that, book the time below. Keep studying, apply everything that you can, and let's grow your business together. All right?